Today is the 19th of September 2023, and I'd like to talk to you about the area of a circle. Yesterday we saw the circumference of a circle and parts of the circle, and we said it was a sector. Okay, so today we want to have a look at the area of a circle. Now, before I start, thank you to everyone who has been watching our videos. Okay, it's been very, very encouraging. Please subscribe, share, like, and follow us. Okay, there are chances that there are people out there who want to receipt. Okay, and some people are doing year 10, year 11, even year 9, and maybe they are struggling with maths, and our platform can help them. So please, can you please help spread the message? I'll be very grateful, and I'll really, really appreciate that. Thank you. I normally write in the comment section, please follow my note/script. Okay, for instance, this is 180 over 360. Okay, here I'm talking about the circumference. Okay, so if I accidentally say area, I mean circumference. Okay, please, if you follow the notes, I will appreciate it. Okay, this is theta, which is the angle. Okay, that is 2 pi r. Okay, so, and this is about the circumference of a circle. So if we are talking about the area, which we are going to do today, I'll be pointing on that part of the notes, okay, as I explained to you. So please, can you also follow my script and note whilst I explain? Okay, now beware of scammers. Don't be scammed. Okay, and linking to that, before you subscribe, if it's not your account and you are using your parents' account, please, because there are chances like the earlier videos where maybe we are talking about board mass and decimal places and stuff. Maybe you are in year 6 and you are smart and you can understand those stuff like fractions and stuff, and you those videos, it will help you in year 7 and year 8. Okay, so if you are not in the legal age limit to have an account and you are using your parents' account or somebody else's account, please let them know before you subscribe. Okay, please. And beware of scammers too. Don't accept friend requests of people you don't know of. Okay, so if somebody goes into your account and say, can you donate money for charity under this platform, we are not doing that. Or for an orphanage, or for an amputee, or a very seriously ill person, I haven't asked for donation for that. So please, don't be scammed. Okay, now in our last lesson we talk about the circumference of a circle. Okay, and we saw that the circumference of a circle is 2 pi r, where 2 is a constant, pi is a constant, and r is the radius. So pi here is 22 over 7 or 3.142, and I showed you on the calculator where pi is, and I'm quickly going to show you again. So this is my calculator, okay, and I've used it for so many years. There might be new one, but this is approved for exams, okay, for Gcse exams, because you'll not be allowed your phone calculator. So start getting used to your calculator now. So if I put it on there, okay, I'm going to show you the sign of pi. Pi is somewhere here, if you can see there, but it's not on top of the key that is given. So if you press this key, it will give you the answer of times x to the power x times 10 to the power x, but you want pi, okay. So for instance, if I want 15 pi, okay, any function that is in the yellow that you want, you need to press the shift sign. That is a shift sign here, this one. So you need to press shift, okay, and then you press this button here, okay. So now you've got your pi. So you can times it by maybe 19, okay, and then you have your answer. So 19 pi, okay. So you can, if they ask you to find the answer, then you have to set up your mode to give you the actual answer, okay. But at the moment, I'm just interested in showing you how to find pi on the calculator, okay, because I want to show you how to use the function. So that's what I'm saying to you. Don't wait 2 days before the exam, then you start using the calculator. You wouldn't know where all these functions are, okay, because most of these functions you are going to be using them. So especially if you are writing your exam next year, or next year, then you need to start using your calculator now, so that by the time your exam day come, especially the calculator paper, you know where each function is, okay, so that you don't get muddied up. So that is how you find you do pi, okay, that I showed you yesterday as well. Okay, so I'm going to turn this off and get on with today. So the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r, okay. Now if you have half of the circle, okay, now you don't need this full circle, okay, you need to go halfway, and yesterday we saw that circumference is length, okay. So now the angle of half of the circle is 180, because a full circle is 360. So assuming you are doing the circumference of the circle is 360 over 360, which is 1. That's why here we have just 2 pi r. But if you are doing half of the circle, then it's 180 minus over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay, so yesterday we saw that for any angle of the circle, if we want to find the circumference, which we call the sector, so assuming you have a pizza and you slice a part of it, that is your sector. So if you know the radius, then you can find the arc length A to B, and that will be your radius from the center to the end, okay. So the circumference of a circle of any angle is theta. This is a constant, theta, the angle, okay, times over 360 times 2 pi r. Okay, and I asked you to put this on your flashcard. Okay, so here you have part of the circle. The circumference is from A to B. So if you know the angle and you know the radius here, okay, radius is from this point to that point, or this point to that point. Okay, then your angle divided by 360, because you don't have a full circle, times 2 pi r. So that is our formula there. And then we look at some example. So today I'm going to bring another example. So calculate the arc length of a sector of 165 degrees with radius 12 centimeters. So here, this is not to scale, but they want you, the arc length now is not for the full circle, which is the circumference. It gets from here to here, and that is our sector. Okay, now this is 165 degrees. Okay, so we want to find the arc length from here to there. Angle 165 degrees, radius 12 centimeters. So we need this formula here. So theta is 165, okay, over 360, because the full circle is 360, and we just want that part, the 165 part, times 2 times pi, and r is 12 centimeters. Okay, look at it carefully. Now, if you do this on the calculator, okay, don't use your phone calculator, use the one you use in your exam. So if you do this on the calculator, what you can do is 165 times 2 times 12, okay, times pi divided by 360. So when I use my calculator, I got 11 pi. If they ask you to leave your answer in pi, then this is okay. Arc length is in centimeters. Okay, so the answer will be 11 pi centimeters to the nearest whole number. But if they ask me and they give me the value of pi, either 22/7 or 3.142, then I'll use my calculator, multiply 11 by pi, and the answer I got is 34.6 centimeters to 1 decimal place. Okay, if they say a whole number, then it will be 35 centimeters. Now, arc length, circumference is a length, the radius is centimeters, so your answer will be centimeters. Okay, now today's starter, before I say anything, okay, it's a simple starter. We've seen this in the earlier videos. Okay, now 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So here is 25 times 5 is 125. So the cube root of 125, we normally put cube root 3 here, is 5. What it means is when you multiply 5 3 times, you get 125. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So this is like 9 times 3, 27. So the cube root of 27 is 3. Okay, I want you to go away and think about this. Okay. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. So the cube root of 64 is 4. Okay. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. Okay. If you multiply 100 times, it's still 1. But here, I wanted to show you that the cube root of 1 is 1, not 3. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Therefore, the cube root of 8 is 2. 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. So the cube root of 10, the cube root of 10, okay, no, the cube root of 1,000, sorry. So the cube root of 1,000 is 10, because 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. Okay. Go and have a think about this. You can use your calculator for this part just to jog your memory, okay? Because yes, we know square root is straightforward, because square root of 16 is 4. But what if they give you the cube root? It normally comes with a tiny 3 sign on the square root sign. So that means you are supposed to find the cube root, something that multiplies 3 times. Okay, so have a look at the starter again. Okay, there is one more here. 9 times 9 times 9 is 729. So the cube root of 729 equals 9. Okay. 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000. So the cube root of 1,000 is 10. The cube root of 8 is 2. The cube root of 1 is 1. These are easy to learn. Okay. And most of the time, questions that might come in this form. Okay. This is also the 3-1 is easy to learn, and the 4-1 and the 5-1. So that's why I brought it, because if you know these things on the top of your head, then you can straight away substitute. Okay, so have a look at it for me, okay, and think about it carefully. Now today, we talk about the arc length of this sector. Today we want to talk about the area of a circle. Okay, we are talking about the area of a circle, and that would deduce the formula for the area of the sector. Now we know the area of a full circle is pi r squared. We know this from primary school or upper primary school. Okay, now I've shown you how to find pi on the calculator yesterday and today, and I've just done it, okay, in the recap session. Now pi is a constant, it never changes. Okay, so the pi we used yesterday is the same. So 3.142 or 22/7. R is the radius. Okay, so if you have half of a circle, like we saw yesterday for the circumference, you can't use this formula because this is for a full circle. Because 360 divided by 360 is 1. Half of a circle, the angle will be 180/360 times pi r squared. Okay, watch this here, we have r squared. That's why whatever you need to get, it will be centimeters squared or meters squared, because the length here, which is the radius, have been squared. Okay. Now, so area of a circle 90 degrees will be 90 over 360 times pi r squared. So therefore, if I have an angle, okay, part of the circle, as we've been looking at our pizza again, okay, area of that sector will be the angle, okay, over 360 times pi r squared. Put this on your flashcard. Okay, so part of a circle is a sector. If you want the circumference of that part of the circle, it is your arc length. Okay, if you want the area, then you want this area. Okay, you want the area of this, and your answer will be centimeters squared if the radius is centimeters. Okay, so let's look at an example. So the first example I have here for you today, calculate the area of a sector. So immediately you see this word, okay, they want you to find the area, okay, of a sector. So they want you to find the area. So that is a part of a circle. Okay, if they wanted to find a full circle, then you don't need the angle. But assuming this is sector, then it's part of the circle, so you need the angle and the arc length. So the arc length is part of the circumference, not the full circumference. Okay, so we are finding two things here. Okay, with angle 170 and radius 12 centimeters. So I've drawn a circle here, but it's not to scale. I've tried to measure 170. Okay, my arc length is the length if I travel from A to B. My area is all this portion here. Okay, so now let's do the area first. So area of the sector, as we have seen, we need the angle divided by 360 and then pi r squared. R is 12 squared, so 12 squared. Okay, now you can decide to cross this off. Normally will be in the calculator paper. If they ask you to leave your answer in pi, then it might be in non-calculator paper, but maybe they might give you like 100 or something that you can easily simplify on top of your head, or 10 or 5. Okay, but use your calculator here. So on your calculator, you can do 170. 12 squared is 144, and then you add pi, divide by 360. Okay, so when you do that, you get 68 pi centimeters squared, because it's an area. Okay, so if they ask you to simplify pi, and you can do it on the calculator, that is 214 centimeters squared to the nearest whole number. Okay, or whatever the question is asking you to do. We've done 1 decimal place, whole numbers, significant figures. We've done all that in our earlier videos, so you can go back and watch them. Okay, So that would be the area of a sector. So this is the area. Okay, it's, yeah, this part. Now the arc length here is part of the circle or part of the circumference. So we don't use this formula. We use the formula we used yesterday. But we need the angle. So 170 divided by 360 times 2 pi r. Okay, because you want the length. Okay, now look at r. There is no squared here. So 170 divided by 360, 2 pi r. R is 12. So we can do 170 times 2 times 12 divided by 360 and multiply by pi. So if you do that, it's 11.3 pi to 1 decimal place. If they ask you to leave your answer in pi, this will be your answer. Remember your units. R is centimeters, so your arc length, it will be in centimeters. Okay. If they ask you to add pi and they give you pi in the box on top of the question, then to 1 decimal place, it will be 35.6 centimeters. To the nearest whole number, it will be 36 centimeters. Okay. Remember your units. Don't forget your units. Now, you can also be given A of the sector and the angle, and then asked to find R. So far, they've given us R and the angle. So you can also be given the radius and maybe the area, and they'll ask you to find the angle. Remember, angle is in degrees. Okay? So they can also ask you to do that. They can also give you the arc length and the radius to find that. Okay, so you should be able to do that. Tomorrow I'll bring an example similar to that. Our second example, okay, calculate the area AOB and arc length, okay, with angle theta is 355 and radius is 9 centimeters. So the full circle is 360. So I took 360 from 355. Okay, so I plotted 25, and then whatever is left is 355. So I'm finding the area of this big part, which is also a sector. Okay, that is a smaller sector, and that's the big sector. We are finding the area. Okay, so now we need our area formula. 355 divided by 360 times pi. Our radius is 9, so 9 squared. Okay, 9 squared. So again on the calculator, 9 squared is 81 times 355. Okay, multiply by pi. Or we can straight away do 355 over 360 multiply by 81 pi. And if you do that correctly, you should get 75.4 pi to 1 decimal place. Remember your units, okay, centimeters squared, because this is the area. Okay, But if they ask you to simplify further using pi, then your answer will be 236.8 centimeters squared, 1 decimal place. To the nearest whole number, it will be 237 centimeters squared. Okay. Now we want to find the arc length part. The arc length is the circumference. So yesterday's video, so we use this formula. We don't use this one. Okay. So the arc length of the sector is like going all the way around here. So that's why I've tried to draw an arrow. Okay. Not this part. You want the 335 part. So 335 divided by 360 times 2 pi r. Okay. Now 335 divided by 360. You can do that on the calculator. Times 2. R is 9 and pi. If they say leave your answer in pi, this is an arc length, so your answer will be in centimeters here. Okay, so if you do it, you get 16.8 centimeters. But if they don't ask you to leave your answer in pi, so you can have 16.8 centimeters, or you have 16 times 8 times pi. Okay, I've shown you where the pi sign is. You need to press shift and press pi on the calculator. Okay, so 16.8 times pi, you get 52.6 centimeters. Now arc length, the clue is in the length. Okay, so your answer will be in centimeters, not centimeters squared. Area will be centimeters squared. Arc length will be centimeters. Okay, so I hope I have helped you today to understand these things. Thank you very much for watching the video today, and I'll see you in the next.